Hi Gemini, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol, and Gemini, this is a general reading and there's no date on it, so if it comes into your feed, I trust that it's meant for you. So in today's reading, we're going to be doing a check-in, and I'm going to start off by looking at what situation or issue you're dealing with right now. And I'm going to start off with the old style tarot. I know that came out wrong. And I'm going to clarify it with the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. So let's ask tarot right now for one card for Gemini and what situation they're dealing with right now. Whether it's an issue, a problem, some sort of a struggle that you're needing some direction, because this reading will give you direction. All right, so we have two. You have the Chariot in reverse, and you have the Eight of Wands. But that's an interesting combination for you, so for what situation you're dealing with. All right, and then I want to know what's coming up from your shadow or your unconscious for healing, because that is what's going to have the most impact on the situation right now that you're dealing with. So let's ask for one card right now for what Gemini needs to heal in order to be able to resolve this situation. What needs healing here for Gemini? Just one card. There we go. Oh, see? Here. Luckily I caught one. Put it back in. You have the Justice card in reverse, and you have the Five of Swords in reverse. So, and then we're going to do, here's the advice from the tarot, one card for Gemini. So, what guidance does the tarot have to start to heal this? Because remember that the healing journey that we're all on, we don't all know it though, is, it's a process. And so we only can start to heal this, you know, maybe something, a little step towards healing this. Sometimes we're feeling a lot and we're not quite sure what's going on. So we just need a little bit of guidance from the tarot. So one card. Obviously working this deck in because it's okay. It's not talking to me like the other ones when just gives me a sore hand. One card for Gemini for advice from the tarot. Wow. Tough deck. Probably end up cutting some of this out. There we go. Oh, the Four of Wands. Okay, let's get some clarifiers for the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. I'll probably only need one. There we go. It popped up for me. Oh, you have the Eight of Wands in reverse as a clarifier. That's interesting. Let's get one clarifier for the Justice and the Five of Swords. You have the Ten of Cups in reverse. And the Four of Wands, couple cards here. That one was not going to allow me to, the Lovers in reverse, to deal anymore the way it positioned itself. One more. And you have the Empress card. All right. So, Gemini, what situation, issue are you dealing with today? We're going to start off with the Chariot, clarified by the Eight of Wands. So the Chariot card in reverse, the Chariot in an upright position, is it's a beautiful card of this charioteer that's been guiding these aren't, well, they're faces, they're not sphinxes. But they've been guiding this chariot, and you know, he doesn't have any reins. There's nothing, actually it's not even moving. It's quite solid. He's been sitting here for a while. It almost looks like a statue. Because it's just been someone that's kind of been controlling their situation with their mind, and they've been doing it for a while. And so I'm wondering here, Gemini, if there's some sort of situation that you're dealing with or issue that you've been all up in your head with this. You've been trying to figure it out. You're spinning with it. You're trying to figure out different angles of it. And you've been doing that for a while now. And I mean, it gets quite tiring after a while. And to tell you the truth, when you live up in your head like that with a situation and you're trying to spin all these different things and maybe some different outcomes you can have, it just gets exhausting. Notice how this Charioteer came in, the Chariot card came in a reverse position, because it's just like, wow, it's exhausting to continue on like this. And the Chariot card speaks of, it's number 7, so it speaks of a real introspection. And it talks about, rather than us, continuing to try to control our situation with our mind, it's time now that we go inwards to try to reach our own inner guidance, our own intuition, because this is not our intuition. We don't have our true knowing up here. It's in here. It's like a gut feeling. It's like an inner knowing. And because, there is this direction for you, I can see it here. Like you're trying to get some focus. You're trying to get some real focus into where you want to go with this. And then it's clarified by the 8 of Wands in reverse. And so it's like, and this tells me that the fact that this came in reverse, it's like, on one day you can be, okay, I know I'm doing this. I feel right. I feel like this is the right way to go. I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. And then it's like you doubt yourself. No, I can't. Now I'm confused. I'm scared. I don't know. There's this real resistance to going in that direction that you think in your head that you're supposed to go in. So there's this speaks to me of a lot of confusion. And this speaks to me of just someone that's really trying to control their situation with their mind. And that's where the confusion is coming from. So what's coming up from your shadow? Like, why do you have all this confusion when you think you're supposed to go in a certain way, and you've convinced yourself this is what I want to do, this is what I'm doing, I've been thinking about this for so long, and then all these doubts come in your head. And so your shadow is all those things that you have repressed, you've buried, that, maybe your caretaker squelched, like you could have certain gifts that are in there, certain belief systems about yourself. They're all buried in there. And that's what continues to have the most impact. And it drives all your issues, your relationships, and people need to realize that, because this is what needs healing. This is what's driving this. So what is it in your shadow that's coming up that's causing you to have this confusion and this doubt in you? Well, in your shadow, so when you were a younger child and adolescent, here's the Justice card. It's in reverse. There was something that, you almost like, I think of the card of fairness, sometimes justice, like bringing justice to a situation, getting to the truth of the matter. And I think there was a lot of unfairness. And because it's in reverse, and that's what I'm seeing, there was a lot of unfairness growing up on your part. And because there was a lot of unfairness, we hold on to that. And there's a real resistance and a real fear now in you to trust yourself, to trust your head, because remember, you're up in your head and you're controlling things, but there's a real resistance and fear on your part to trust that, because you're not sure. It's switching around so much. It's causing all these doubts. And the 5 of Swords comes in clarification for this Justice card, because the 5 of Swords speaks about, in an upright position here, this individual that has, he's won this battle. He's gained 3 swords, and he's just thrown 2 of them on the ground, but he's gained 3 of them. And to him, one more than what he's thrown away is he's won the battle. And there's an individual that's walking away in the background, and that's the individual who's lost the swords. And so this is definitely my bullying card. I always call it my bullying card. I always look at that individual that's walked away, you know. And bullies bully because they have a lot of shame. They have a lot of unworthiness. And the way that they try to get rid of it is to give it to other people. And that's in reverse here. And so I'm seeing here that there's some real shame on your part because there was some real unfairness with you growing up. And, you know, maybe you were bullied as a child by your caretakers, by people at school, by people around you. And I think there was a part of you that, you know, that gave up. And this unworthiness here is buried behind here and it needs healing. So you have some real shame sitting here in the middle of your shadow. And that's where that doubt is coming in, because if you think you're unworthy, you're going to have all these doubts because you don't believe in yourself. And then this 10 of Cups came in as a final clarifier, and it's in reverse. And the 10 of Cups speaks about when we're younger, because remember this is your shadow, we were born into this world having this full range of these emotions. Cups is about our emotions, right? This is the end of the Cups, the cycle, the pip cards. And this is someone that, you know, has all the full range of emotions. Emotions are supposed to flow in. We feel them, we deal with them, and they flow out, right? But this is in reverse when you were younger. So you very much learned as a child that your emotions that you had didn't matter. And a lot, like I said, there's unfairness, and what you thought was fair didn't matter, right? So you really have some shame here that is sitting in your shadow that needs to be healed. And that's that part of us just that thinks we just don't matter. And so when this comes up for you right now, this situation where it comes up where you think, oh, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to do this. And then those doubts creep in. It's like, because you don't feel worthy enough to do it. If we don't feel worthy, if we don't think we matter, we're not going to be able to take that next step that we think we want to take, is what's going on here. So what advice does the tarot have for you to start healing this, Gemini? Well, you start off with the 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands is known as a victory card. It's like these two individuals have finally escaped from that castle, you know, the prison walls behind them. They're finally walking out. They're finally tasting some freedom. And, you know, the words tasting freedom came out. And I think the universe wants you to taste freedom, wants to bring you through those walls, bring you through, bring you through, not so much break you, but bring you through those walls of controlling that you have set up in your mind, where you feel like you're having to control everything, right? And these people are walking away from the control, walking away from that. So what does that mean for you? I don't even know those two cards that are coming up, but I can just imagine what it means. That it's kind of like, you know, it wants you to bring you to a different place where you're not trying to control the situation from your mind, where you have a bigger sense, a stronger sense, a more worthy, self-worthy sense of your own guidance. And here's the Lover's card in reverse that comes in. And the Lover's card is a beautiful card between these two individuals. If you want, it could be the masculine and the feminine side of you, because we all have those two parts of us. And notice how the masculine is looking ahead, the conscious part of us. And the feminine looks up to the divine, right? She gets her guidance from the divine. So what is this guidance from the divine that is wanting to come in for you here? And I'm not speaking no spiritual woo-woo shit here. I'm talking about a real inner knowing that's going to come into you. And it's called your intuition. It's your inner guidance. And this is where the universe is trying to bring you to, you know, let's get out of our head here. It's time to get out of our head. And this is the choice you have. It's in reverse here because I think there's a fear of yours to going inwards. That's what the Chariot card talks about, going inwards. This is what the Lovers card talks about. It says you have a choice here. You can go inwards and get in touch with that knowing that comes in. It's like you're a channel and this divine knowing comes in to you, and it's your intuition. And it's the one that's going to really know what to do. And once you get in touch with that intuition, that's where you won't have these doubts in your mind, because you can only get in touch with your intuition if you get back into your body, if you learn how to ground. The last card here is the Empress. Beautiful card to end with for you. She is the third card in the major arcana. And the second card is the High Priestess. The High Priestess and the Empress card in the major arcana form the feminine archetype in the major arcana. So you have ended with like two cards that are kind of leading you to the feminine aspect of yourself, because the Empress is all about pure emotion. She lives from her body. She directs everything in herself from her body. It's no surprise that the Ten of Cups has come out here, because this is about emotions. She's sitting in your shadow that's buried in there, right? She wants you to get in touch with your emotions, get back into your body, so that you can also get in touch with your intuition, which is another beautiful feminine quality. And that's the High Priestess. That's not on the table right now. But Gemini, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with it's a beautiful reading here. It's wanting you to get in touch with your intuition and going inwards for sure. So in order to get in touch with that, I'm going to leave you with a grounding playlist to learn how to ground yourself and get back in your body. And I'm also going to leave you with the 2025 yearly reading that I did with you. I want you to have compassion for yourself, Gemini, for what you're working through. This is the most difficult journey, the healing journey, but it's the most important journey of your life. So take care, and I'll talk soon. Bye.